Hello, everyone. I know some of you have been really going through the ringer, and I want to talk about why this is happening. I know I mentioned Chiron in retrograde last week, and I don't know if I mentioned that it was going to be affecting Aries placements, but guys, those of you who have Aries in your chart, no matter where it is, you're going to get affected by it greatly. Even if you have the sister Libra. I've noticed people who are Cancers, for example, and Cancers are supposed to be having the time of their life right now because we have Venus and Jupiter in Cancer right now. And so Cancers are supposed to be thriving. And then I'm seeing if they have Aries placements in their chart, they're very irritable, they're very impulsive, they're very angry. Notice the people who are Aries or have Aries in their chart, because Chiron is in Aries, Saturn is in Aries. Like, there's so many placements that are in Aries right now, and especially with Chiron in Aries, it's making people so irritated. People with those placements so irritated. So be patient with yourselves. Try to ground yourselves as much as possible, because it's like they don't know what's happening to them, but it's affecting everyone, really. In this Chiron retrograde, everyone's talking about Mercury retrograde, but this Chiron retrograde is bringing up so many wounds to the surface. I just had an Akashic session, and the amount of burping and releasing I had to do for my client around self-worth and rejection and lack of self-love was coming up. And I know this is coming up for so many of you, and this is not to torture you, it is to help you heal, and it is to help you see how amazing you truly are, and see your worth, and how abundant you are, and how you deserve abundance, and you deserve great love. I have no words. Like, I'm so grateful for this session that I had, even though it wasn't a session for me, it was a session for my client, because I love the breakthroughs that we have through my coaching and Akashic sessions. And I'm not saying this out of pride and ego. It just makes me so happy when we have these amazing breakthroughs, that even though the cosmos do impact us and they do affect us, you can still heal. Just because it's going to affect you doesn't mean like you're going to have to be down, right? It's how can we heal through these retrogrades? How do we heal? How do we face our wounds? How do we face our shadows, right? And yes, Chiron in retrograde is affecting you big time to push you to heal. And it is here until January 2nd. So over the next 5 months, what are you going to do to face these wounds? And then we have Mercury retrograde this next week. It ends on August 11th. So use this week, this last week of this intense Mercury retrograde, to work on your communication, face your wound. Try not to be so impulsive. Try not to lash out. Try to be calm and grounded. I do get the sense that if you do feel like lashing out, it's because you have something inside of you that you're holding on to. And you are having this anger because you're keeping something in. Where are you not being authentic? Where are you not expressing yourself authentically? Because it's this frustration of holding something back and not letting it out, right? You're tiptoeing and you're like, everything's okay. And then all of a sudden, you start boiling up inside, and then and you want to just lash out at people. So where are you not expressing yourself authentically? Try to look at yourself within. Look at that within you. Where are you not being authentic? Where are you not expressing yourself? Where are you not being true to yourself? What are you hiding, right? What are you keeping from others that you need to let out in a calm, loving manner, of course, especially because we have Lionsgate portal. You want to be careful about your energy, because Lionsgate portal is a really big, oh my God, my crown chakra is just, I've been having so many crown chakra like activations in the last 12, 24 hours since last night. I was just like, it was hurting so much. And third eye pressure, it's insane. And like this morning, I woke up with like insane energy. I was like, just wired, working on stuff for you guys. But like, the activations are coming online, guys. Very, very intense, but listen to them, allow them to come in, and allow yourself to be fueled with that creativity. There's a lot of blocks for the collective in the solar plexus. I've had to work on that for my clients through Reiki, energy healing, through the Akashics. And then even when I have the Akashics open, I like do energy healing through it. And I release a lot because I transmute a lot for my clients. It's so much. But a lot of people have a lot of solar plexus and sacral chakra imbalance. Because if you think about it, it's like confidence and self-worth in the solar plexus and joy. And then if that's unbalanced and you have your sacral unbalance, which is all about creativity and sensuality and receiving and pleasure and all, it's like it all goes hand in hand. That's why Reiki to me is like so, it's needed for like all of your chakras. Anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but it's just like all the little breakthroughs that I'm noticing for my clients and why it's so important to work on these things, to work on our energies, to balance our energies, to work on our wounds. Use this time wisely during the Lionsgate portal. Anytime, really. Like, we don't need an excuse during the portal, but especially right now. Balance your energies, cleanse your energies, you know, to be able to bring in that abundance. Because you cannot attract abundance when you have an imbalanced solar plexus, for example. Because if you have an unbalanced solar plexus, you're not gonna have the mentality of abundance. You're not gonna have the mentality of creation. You're not gonna have the mentality of attraction if you have an unbalanced root, sacral, and solar plexus. So really use this time wisely to focus on healing your energies, focus on healing your mentality, your mindset, if you have a scarcity mindset, lack of self-worth, lack of self-love. Work on healing your inner child, work on healing your self-concept, work on all of that. And again, you don't have to be 100% healed, but knowing that you can attract those things, attract whatever it is you want, as long as you work on your self-concept, as long as when you see that you are worthy, because you are worthy. But if you don't feel that you are worthy, you're going to have a hard time attracting and manifesting your desires that you so deserve. But if you have a scarcity mindset, it's going to be very hard to attract that. I really, really want all of you to be abundant and attract everything that you desire because you deserve it. We all deserve it. We deserve abundance. And let's get into that mentality. Like, I deserve abundance. I claim abundance. I allow money and love easily into my life. I receive. And so many of you are having a hard time receiving because you're constantly doing. So many of you are people pleasers and empaths, and I understand, but we have to stop people pleasing and allow to receive love from others too. We have to allow others to help us and stop being so hyper independent just because we did that so much when we were younger and just because society pressures us to do. You cannot be in your feminine if you're always doing, right? You need to allow yourself to receive and to be. And when you are in that mentality of being, of receiving and creating, and going with the flow and trusting and surrendering, that is when the abundance comes. That is when the magic happens. I just wanted to share that message because it was so powerful in my coaching and Akashic session that I just had with a lovely young client. And I love when my clients are in their early 20s and they're already wanting to work on themselves and they're so self-aware. It's huge. It's huge. So I'm feeling so grateful, and I really wanted to share this message. I know it's kind of covering so many different things, but I felt it was needed to say. Anyway, sorry it's a long one, but I wish you much love and God bless, and I hope that you all have a wonderful week. Love you all. Bye.